So finally we're getting some snow. So we got the joy of plowing. It's expensive for us because we got a lot to plow. But I want to do a little video this morning of cows and animal welfare. So the last couple of years, Vermont legislature has made a couple bills to talk about or to address animal cruelty, especially with large animals, horses. And their solution is animal shelter. Okay, every animal needs to be in a shelter, which I somewhat agree with that. Shelter should be offered, but you go out west in the northwest Idaho, animals are used to being outside, so that's what they do. Being out of the wind is important, so having a windbreak is important, but the biggest thing for animals is food. So if they have the nutritional needs met to weather the storm, nature, God has created animals to be able to weather outside. So prime example, these 3 calves have this barn they can go into, and look where they're standing, outside. Now these have been all out all night. They just came up to eat some silage. But I want to show you something else. So our cows have this big barn, which they all can get in and under. And we'll go take a look at them. So I'm not disagreeing with a need to address animal issues. Most of these issues are hobbyists or people that think it's a good idea to buy a pig and raise it and don't understand the needs or feed requirements that those animals require if being housed outside. So these cows can go in the barn as they wish, but look at them. They're all standing out here with snow on their backs. And they've been out here, I don't know, it's snowing pretty harder now, but they're just hanging out. And I'm going to zoom in on that black one right here. I don't know if I can zoom in on it. I might have to walk over there. So she's just standing there chewing her cud. And the biggest thing with these animal issue cases, there's nobody that can evaluate how an animal is doing or feeling. It's really trained to do it. The local animal control officer, all they say is they know how to deal with cats and dogs. Like that cow is chewing her cud. That cow is chewing her cud. That cow is chewing her cud, chewing your cud, chewing the cud, chewing her cud. So when a cow is chewing their cud, they're processing their food, they're content, they're happy. And they're fine. So these cows, none of them are shivering. They're just happy to be out in the snowstorm, I guess. I mean, the bull, Joey, yeah, because he's a big baby. He's inside. He don't want to go out and get wet or snow on his back. Right, Joey? You're a big baby? He's right there. He's all nice and dry. Yeah, you're a baby. So, the biggest, I tried to, a couple years ago, get somebody to go out and tell a person with some cows that they need to feed them more. And it's kind of a joke, the process to get anybody to follow up with these issues, because you're supposed to call your local animal control officer. The local animal control officer tells you to call the sheriff. The sheriff tells you to call the state police. State police tells you to call the local animal control officer. So it just goes around and around. But, shelter is a part of it. But the legislature thinks if they make a bill that says animals have to have shelter, that's going to take care of all the issues. And that's really not the case. The issues are more than just the shelter. And if we didn't have this shelter, even though we like it for a management tool, our animals would be fine. Because we feed them adequately and often, and they'd be fine outside. Now, shelter actually can be a bad thing. If the shelter is not ventilated, it traps moisture, and it can be not a good environment for that animal to be in. And if it's got, a wet floor and nowhere is dry for them to lay down, like that's nice and dry in there, that can be bad for them too. So, that being said, I just wanted to show you that during a snowstorm or inclement weather, animals will go where they feel comfortable going. So We started our overhang right here. I did that yesterday. We got to put the rafters on, and we'll be working on that this week. And we're going to put one on this barn, and then we're going to side that. And that's it for our building project for now. And then we're going to start tapping our maple trees. So that's our agenda.